There's the combine. There's the van.
Charging your bloody phone up in it.
I've not even used it yet, and you have to jump start it. 11.4, spoke for a minute. Just the weather, innit? I'll jump in the cabin, try it. You ready? No. Well, the screen's on.
Just turn it on and that's it.
It's on, yeah? Sounds worse. Because it's been parked up for months, it's not starting, so I'm going to jump starting off.
Oh, you got it?
It's alive. A van and a jump pack. Not good start, to be fair. It's running now. I'm off up to the other farm to meet some police dogs that want to do some training. There's a police van behind me and I'm on my phone driving, but it's alright because I'm on private land, which is my own. Yeah, so basically police have just been coming looking at the land because they want somewhere else to train the police dogs, because they want land that's not walked by the public so that they can put a trail out for the dogs to follow and different things like that. So they're made up because I said that they could use some of the land at the new farm, and they want to look at some woodland as well, which is good. One for the New Holland fans. I know there's a few of them. There's a blue case. Shutters are nearly ready now for the concrete. That's coming in an hour and a half. Hopefully after we've had our dinner. Got rain on the window. I knew cutting that hay would make it rain. Anyway, here's a random coincidence. I've just been to Screwfix to get some expanding foam, and I wasn't going to go Screwfix, I was going to go Tool Station, but there's a wagon in the way of the car park, so I carried on a little bit further up the road, went to Screwfix. When I got to Screwfix, there's a lady walked in front of me, and she picked up a can of expanding foam, and then I also picked up a can of expanding foam. When we got to the till, they asked me for my postcode, so I told them my postcode, and our postcode is L, a number, and then 1RD. So I read it out, and the guy typed it in the till. The lady then, he asked her what her postcode was, and she was L, the same number, and then 1RB. So she's like, oh, we're neighbours. Anyway, it turns out it's not, it's about a mile away. But it's a bit of uncanny that we both went to buy spray foam and our postcodes are only one digit different and actually sound the same. And I actually wasn't going to go to Screwfix in the first place. I was going to go to Tool Station, and we both bought them exactly the same time. So a bit of a mad sort of coincidence. So does anyone know of any other mad coincidences that they've ever had? If they have, leave it below, because I can tell you another one tomorrow, actually, a really, really freaky one. Actually, I know why it started to rain, because my dad got the lawnmower out. Rob and Phil have borrowed the dump trail today to move a load of soil. So there's a bit of footage of that. Adam's taking a Terex for a walk across the road, tidy up the field that we had all soil put on ages ago and the bund that we've been digging out. Got it running, opened the grain tank, emptied the hopper, all the goodies out of it, so like the toolbox, all the different LED lights, something more for the bottom of the steps, all this packaging, loads of boxes, and slowly putting all the little bits and bobs on it and getting it ready. And this is the Claas toolbox, all the different tools you get to fix it or maintain it because they don't break. It's all underneath all the guards, not had that open yet. Then we're going to get the auger and try and put the auger on today as well. So they've just been putting these little side lights on, and I'm making this ladder so when it folds up, it folds inside the tracks because it was sticking out a bit much underneath there. Just noticed this on it as well. It's got a little fan here, so it won't build up with rubbish on there, which then when you lift it up cracks this panel. So that's a good little mod, as well as the hoover for the trunking. It's also got that little fan there. Batteries are on charge now as well, so it doesn't go flat. And this is the end spout off the auger, and for some reason there's another one there as well. Seems to now be 2 spouts for the auger, so this was the one that they brought because it's supposed to be a mod to replace the one that was in the tank, which is this one. We can't really see any difference, but I think this one's bigger. I think it's slightly deeper than that one. We'll measure it and see. Yeah, I've measured it, and that one is bigger than the one that come with it. So it's like slightly deeper somehow than this one. Just fits down the track. It's as big as the house. On the mini Merlot, I'm going to move some picnic benches out of the way and then dig out the header in the crate from the corner of the shed so we can lift it on to the combine. I'm just going to move these benches. After lots of shunting, I've got the auger out, moving all the pushers, the picnic benches, the John Deeres. So open the crate, they've got a mod to do on a bearing on it, like an upgrade before we've even used it, and then that's going up on the top of the combine. While they get the auger ready and unpackage some crop trials up the road that we've organised with the NFU for the crops board. We got to book in a different time slot. I'm going to shoot up there, check on them, get back, hopefully they'll have it ready, we can lift it on. Concrete's been poured while I've been out, the crops trials. James is just troweling it off now. I'm going to go and see how they're getting on with the combine, see if we can lift the auger on yet. Load of chip on the trailer. Ready for dispatch tomorrow or Friday, depending on the weather. Monday's quiz question with these spouts and these little deflectors on here. It's for putting Avadex on slug pellets or micro seeds. And why I said it might be hard is because the hopper and the flan unit were missing off the front of the rollers. We put that on when we got them and we use it for drilling things and sewing slug pellets and different things like that. Some straps on the mini Merlot. I lift the auger into 2 pieces into one and lift it all with one go. Just putting a bendy bit on now on the hinge. James has done a mod inside that end there. No, this end, isn't it? That's a modification that's been put in before we've even used it to replace a bit that was inside that was like a star that's a bit weaker. So like a new one of them and a new one of them. So it's good that they've already found a mod before we've started going, because they've obviously got combines working all over the world at different seasons and they found a problem with either that part or that part, so they've changed them already. The end spout hinges out here with this electric actuator, linear actuator, and it's got this here, it's eccentric to adjust where it locks because it over centers and clips. We're going to unadjust it now, get the ram back on and put it back together. Got the auger on the mini Merlot, hopefully it'll lift far enough up. James is just going to pull it forwards. Starts now, the battery's charged. I'll lift it up, bolt this on, and it's got the spout to go on the end. Just getting the cherry picker basket because we've got the auger half on, but we just need someone to shove the end now to get the splines lined up so that we can all bolt it all up properly. I'm just going to go in with the basket now and then get one of the lads to lift me up, or I'll lift one of them up, and then we'll shove it in tight. So mini Merlot's got hold of the auger, but we just want to get the splines lined up on the shaft where it goes in the middle, so we'll have to turn the end of the auger and push at the same time so we can get that joint there to go together and get all the bolts in. To me, to you, to me, to you. That's it. While James bolts the auger on, we'll have a quick look in the toolbox. The most expensive toolbox known to man. We've got pliers, some circlip pliers, a random nut, some Allen keys, quite a selection of span, 2 offset, 2 mils, 232, hammer, the best invention ever, a Claas punch for getting keys out and pulleys off and bearings. Not a curved one though, unfortunately. We've got a black screwdriver, and a green screwdriver, parallel punches, or another black screwdriver, and another green screwdriver, and a chisel. And it all lives nicely in here. And then, underneath there, that's where you keep the knife sections, but they're not there yet. I presume they'll come with a header, or I hope they will. We've also got an air line, which goes on different fittings. Looks to be, oh, that's the camera there to go on on the auger. The steps have been adjusted now so that they don't stick out wide, obviously. So they're on there. And then all the guards have been taken off to PDI everything. And they're all on the floor over here. So there's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 guards go back on after we've finished putting everything back together. So we've got one Merlot holding the auger and then the other one with the basket on to put the bolts in. Just need to sort that reg out. Here's a quiz question for you. There's a ram hidden in there on the front. Does anyone know what it's for? Also, don't forget, tell us your random stories of weird coincidences. Obviously it's the front of that, so it's hidden underneath that black box. See if you know what that ram's for. If you think you know, leave a comment below. That's about it for today. It's getting quite late, so don't forget, have a go with the quiz question. Watch another video here. Subscribe here. Don't forget to subscribe because the spray is coming soon as well. And I'll see you all tomorrow.